So what is up, amigos? Hope you're doing awesome. Crime thrillers have always been about power, ambition and survival. But for the longest time, they've been told from one perspective, the male-dominated world of crime. From mafia bosses to drug lords, we've seen countless stories of men ruling the underworld. But what happens when the game is played by women? What happens when the ones calling the shots are not men with guns, but women with tiffin boxes? Dabba Cartel dares to explore that very idea, flipping the crime thriller genre on its head and delivering something fresh. At first glance, it might remind you of Aarya or Saas, Bahu Aur Flamingo, two shows that also placed women at the center of crime. Aarya was about a woman forced into the underworld after her husband's murder, a story of survival that was deeply personal. Saas, Bahu Aur Flamingo took things to an extreme, portraying a ruthless, almost mythological crime empire run by women. But Dabba Cartel carves its own identity. Unlike Aarya, where the protagonist slowly transforms into criminal out of necessity, Dabba Cartel introduces a group of women who come from different walks of life. Some hesitant, some ambitious, some desperate, each with their own reason for stepping into crime. And unlike Saas, Bahu Aur Flamingo, where the women are already hardened and established in the drug trade, Dabba Cartel lets us see the slow shift, the learning process, the mistakes, and the tension of first-time criminals entering a world they don't fully understand. It's this gradual transformation that makes Dabba Cartel stand out. It's not a high-octane action thriller. It's a slow-burn drama where crime is treated as a choice, not a destiny. It's about ordinary women navigating a male-dominated world and proving that they too can play this game. And that's exactly why it works. And of course, none of this would have been possible without Excel Entertainment, a production house that has mastered the art of creating binge-worthy series. They have given us some of the most gripping and well-crafted series in Indian entertainment, from the gritty and violent world of Mirzapur to the intense drama of Inside Edge, the reality of Elite Class and Made in Heaven to a serial killer thriller in The Hard. They understand storytelling in a way few others do, balancing realism with drama, making sure every character has depth and every plot twist feels earned. With Dabba Cartel, they continue that streak, proving once again that they know exactly how to hook an audience. The Dabba Cartel's story revolves around 5 women, all from different backgrounds, who come together to run a tiffin service. But life pushes them in ways they never expect. What starts as a simple business soon turns into something much bigger, much riskier. The show carefully builds the transformation of these women, how necessity turns into greed and how fear turns into power. Raji, played by Shalini Pandey, is the heart of the story, a devoted wife and mother. She never intended to be a part of any crime. She is someone who simply wanted to support her family. But circumstances push her to make choices that slowly change her. The beauty of her character arc is that she never turns into a typical criminal. She is still a mother, still a woman who worries about her family. But she learns to play the game step by step. Then we have Mala, played by Nimisha Sajayan. And if we are talking about performance, she is hands down the best performer in the show. Alongside the legendary Shabana Azmi, Nimisha delivers a performance that is powerful, raw, and unforgettable. Mala is not a woman who gets things easily. She has fought for everything in her life. She knows struggles, she knows hardship, and because of that, she understands survival better than anyone else. Nimisha brings an incredible sense of realism to her character. Her expressions, her body language, the way she reacts to situations never feels like act. It feels like Mala is a real person, someone you could meet in the streets of Mumbai. Shahida, played by Anjali Anand, is the woman with street smart. She understands deals, negotiations, and how to keep things moving. While the others hesitate, she's the one who takes bold steps. But her confidence also becomes her weakness, making her a target when things starts going wrong. Anjali brings a natural energy to this role. Shahida is fearless but also unpredictable, making her one of the most interesting characters in the series. Then there's Varuna, played by Jyothika. She's the most reluctant silent one in the group, a struggling entrepreneur. She joins the cartel out of financial desperation. But unlike the others, she has something to lose: her business, her name, her reputation. Jyothika plays her character with restraint, letting her inner turmoil show in small but meaningful ways. She is a woman constantly torn between right and wrong, between risk and security. And finally, we have Sheila, the backbone of it all, played by the great and legendary Shabana Azmi. Sheila is the silent force behind the operation. She has seen the world, she has seen struggle, and she knows exactly how things work. She's not someone who panics. She's not someone who acts on impulse. Every move she makes is calculated. And what makes her so compelling is that she doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. Her presence alone demands attention. Shabana Azmi, as always, is flawless. Performance is effortless, making Sheila a character that you respect, fear, and admire all at the same time. Hitesh Bhatia, the director, deserves a lot of credit for how this show unfolds. He takes a world that could have been exaggerated and instead makes it feel real. The tension doesn't come from dramatic shootouts or unrealistic plot twists. It comes from silences, from conversations, from glances exchanged between characters. It's a refreshing approach to crime storytelling. The cinematography adds to the experience. Mumbai is shown not just as a city but as a living, breathing character in the story. The crowded lanes, the small apartments, the way people interact, it all feels natural. There is no artificial glamour here. The color grading shifts depending on the mood. The warmth of home contrasts sharply with the cold, dark world of crime. It's a visual storytelling technique that adds depth to the show. The writing too is another strong point. The dialogues don't feel forced. They sound like real conversations. There are no unnecessary monologues, no over-the-top speeches about power and crime. Everything is subtle. The way the characters talk, the way they hesitate before making decisions, it all feels organic. One of the best things about Dabba Cartel is its female-led crime narrative. We rarely get to see women in crime stories where they're not just side characters but the actual masterminds. The show explores their struggles in a way that feels authentic. They don't suddenly become criminals overnight. They make mistakes, they doubt themselves, they struggle with morality, and that's what makes it so gripping. The performances are the biggest highlight, especially Nimisha Sajayan and Shabana Azmi. Nimisha's raw and deeply moving portrayal of Mala makes her the most compelling character in the show. Every scene she is in has weight. Shabana Azmi, on the other hand, proves once again why she's a legend. She doesn't need dramatic lines or loud performances. Her subtle expressions, her controlled emotions, her quiet authority, all of it makes Sheila one of the best written characters in the series. If there's anything that could have been better, it's the depth of some characters. While the main leads are well developed, a few supporting characters don't get the same attention. Some subplots feel like they could have been explored more, and while the pacing is good, there are moments where you wish the show took a little more time to let certain events sink in. With Dabba Cartel, we witness something unique, a crime thriller where the tension doesn't come from loud action sequences or exaggerated drama, but from the quiet moments, the hesitation, the fear, and the inevitable consequences of bad decisions. It has taken its time to build a world where crime is not about power alone, but about survival. And now, as the first season wraps up, one thing is clear: the stakes have been raised. By the end of this season, every major character has gone through a transformation. The hesitant ones have stepped into fire, the ambitious ones have realized the cost of their choices, and the women who once thought they could control this game are starting to see just how dangerous truly is. The best part, the story has only just begun. Unlike the first season, which was all about setting up the characters, their backstories, and their motivations, the second season now has the chance to be absolutely tight and gripping. There's no more time for hesitation. The foundation has been laid, and from here on, it's all about survival. Now, if done right, season 2 can be where Dabba Cartel truly reaches its peak. The character arcs are built, the conflicts are set, and the climax has made it clear there is no turning back. The women who once saw this as a business now have to fight to keep their empire alive, and with the rival forces closing in, betrayal becoming a real possibility, and every decision carrying bigger consequences, the next season has all the potential to be one of the best crime thrillers we've seen in recent times. I personally have high hopes for Dabba Cartel moving forward. It's a show that has given us strong performances, a fresh take on crime storytelling, and a narrative that keeps you hooked. If the second season tightens pacing, takes bigger risks, it could easily stand alongside the best Indian crime thrillers. So if you have watched it, what did you think? Will Dabba Cartel season 2 take things to the next level? What was your favorite moment from the first season? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. See you in the next one. Bye bye.